Hi students, today I am coming with a new question from NEET 2026. Okay, the question is, a parallel plate capacitor with air between the plates has a capacitance of 9 pF. The separation between the plate is D. The space between the plate is now filled with two media. One medium has electric constant, dielectric constant K1 is equal to 3 and thickness D by 3. While the other one has dielectric constant K2 is equal to 6 and thickness 2 into D by 3 or 2D by 3. The capacitance of the capacitor now becomes, out of the 4 options, we want to find the correct option. Okay, we will do the calculation, we will solve this question, then we will look into the answer key. That is the plan. So, we start now. What we know about the capacitance of a capacitor, we are going to write first. We know that the original capacitance. Why original capacitance? That is a case where without dielectric, what is the capacitance? So, we know that the original capacitance with air between them is C is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. Representing here C0 because empty place, empty between them, no physical material. So, answer is given here. Initial value of the capacitance with the air is the medium between them is 9 picofarad. Step 2, what they said, there are two pieces of material kept, right? One is with the dielectric constant K1, other one is with the dielectric constant K2. So, what we are going to do here is treat the dual dielectric configuration as two capacitors. Okay. So, we are going to consider that between the plates of the capacitor there are two dielectric material placed. So, we consider them as they are two separate capacitor connected in series. So, we will do the calculation for that. So, when dielectric slabs are inserted, in slabs, we are going to do the calculation for K1 first material first, then K2 second material next. Then we will do the calculation for series, then we will see what is the final answer. Okay. So, we are going to do now. Combination is in series, that is clear because there are two materials placed one after the other between the plates of the capacitor. So, C1 is equal to, you know that dielectric constant inserted, capacitance becomes K times, that we studied the theory. So, C1 is equal to K1 times epsilon 0 A by D, that is the equation. From the question, look into the question, you will see D become D by 3 also. So, K1 epsilon 0 A divided by D by 3. You know that D by 3 will go to the numerator, right? So, 3 times K1 epsilon 0 A by D. Now, the time to substitute the values. So, 3 times K1 is given in the question. Look into question 3. So, the first 3 is from D by 3 place. The second 3 is from K1 value, okay, epsilon 0 A by D. Epsilon 0 A by D already given, initial capacitance it is. So, 3 into 3, 9 into epsilon 0 A by D. The epsilon 0 A by D we can write now as another one 9. Why another one 9? Because that is the initial value of the capacitance, epsilon 0 A by D 9 pF. So, the final answer for C1 is 81, 9 into 9, 81 picofarad. First part done. So, two material placed between them, right? First material is this one. Now, we are going to look into the second one. Okay, second material. So, how will be a drawing if you like to do that one? Between the plates, two dielectric will be placed in series. If you want, you can try to draw and continue with that one. Without a drawing also you can do, if theory is clear for you. Okay. So, till here everything fine, right? First we wrote what is the initial value of capacitance. Second we wrote what will be the capacitance of the region when K1 is inserted. We found it. Now, one more piece is there. A K2 dielectric constant also placed after K1. So, a drawing will be like this one, K1, K2 in series. K2 calculating now, okay, K1 already calculated and found that C1 value is 81 pF. And calculate C2 now. The same way what we did the calculation for K1, with K1 for C1, the same method we will follow. So, C2 is equal to K2 epsilon 0 A by D. K2 epsilon 0 A by D is equal to K2 value is given in the question. Okay, that is writing first 3. Okay, 3 into K2 epsilon 0 A by D. 3 into K2 epsilon 0 A by D. Here the D, you know, in the question it was given 2D by 3. So that 3 denominator 3 will go to numerator. That 3 is in the beginning place. 3 into K2 value is 6. So 3 into 6 into epsilon 0 A by 2D. A by 2D. There is a 2 also. So that 2 want to simplify with that 6. So it become 3, right? So 3 into 3, 9. So and epsilon 0 A by D already 9. So what is the answer now? 9 into 9. 81, 81. So there are 2 capacitors in series now. So the net capacitance of the capacitors in series is 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. So we are going to do the calculation for that one. Calculate the equivalent capacitance. Calculate the equivalent capacitors in series. Okay. So the relation is 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1. We found it, yeah, 81 plus 1 by C2, another one 81. So this is 1 by 81 plus 1 by 81 is equal to 2 by 81. This is reciprocal format. So Cs by 1 is equal to 81 by 2, right? 81 by 2. That is 40.5. Answer is 40.5. Which unit was given, the same unit we will follow here. Then this is the time to check the answer key now. There are 4 options given, right? So we will check for the right answer now. So the correct answer is, our value is 40.5. Our value is 40.5. So look into question now. In answer key, can you see the second option? 40.5 picofarad. Yeah, this is one NEET question. Usually NEET, you know that one question carries 4 marks. Good, right? Okay, students, thank you. Have a nice day. We will see you in next video.